Dire team ban.
One of those heroes that is can kind of be on a timer, especially if you're going to play from behind. You want to be able to pressure him early on. Right, so supports are very important. Let's find out what we're going to have here in the first game as a draft is on the way.
These guys have also had a day, remember, Sheeps? These guys have also had a day.
Yes.
Off, if you like, to sub and to watch and reflect.
Yes. We're going to start out with some
about Infamous is that you can be a lot more, if you're going to be sacrificial with any of your lanes, be sacrificial with Stingers. Try and bolster Papita and Kotaro as much as possible. And that's going to be primarily Stinger, or excuse me, Gofield's job as sort of the playmaking core position. You want to enable his game as well. Excel, I think, has a more passive impact on the game. Much better at focusing on just protecting. But like a Dazzle or something. We've seen a couple Dazzles so far in this tournament. Kind of interesting.
I think it's been bad so far, honestly. I think we've seen a lot of, I mean, I guess we've seen quite a few brews in the same game. And also, I don't know, we've just seen some Dazzles. I like Dazzle, like, don't get me wrong, he's a useful hero. Weave is really good. The Grave is really good. But we've also seen quite a few Dazzles just not have anywhere near the impact of, say, when we've seen like Disruptor, Sand King.
Yeah.
I mean, those two have way more impact, I feel, than a Dazzle.
I personally look at this as a race to Naga Siren. Infamous did run that Naga Siren strategy with the Disruptor. They did not value the hero as much. I hope that they go back looking at some of these other games and value the Naga Siren a lot higher. Because there's a reason that so many of these other teams are running it right now. It's like one of the ultimate team fight supports.
Yeah.
5 seconds remaining.
You know, I do wonder if Infamous are basically, they technically weren't even meant to be here, right? They're free rolling, so they're just like, well, it doesn't matter what happens. We weren't even meant to qualify. We should have been at home, so we'll take whatever we get from this. And I feel maybe some pressure is off. Yeah. CompLexity obviously had to qualify and stuff, and now, you know, they don't want to waste that time.
10 seconds remaining.
So maybe there's a little bit more pressure on them than there is on Infamous.
5 seconds
There is still a lot of supports left in
remaining.
the pool. There's Bane, Disruptor.
Bane's banned.
There is, oh, you're right. There's still the SF and Witch Doctor. I know Witch Doctor really like the, or CompLexity really like the Witch Doctor versus the Tiny for the Maledict. They
Great
think
hero,
it's
man.
a really solid
Great
counter
hero.
to it.
We've seen some really good Witch Doctor performances, actually.
Yeah. I like it.
He's one of my
10
favorites.
seconds
A great
remaining.
hero.
We still haven't seen a Lion though.
Yeah, get the Lion out. Just give it a try. I want to see this slow in action. We haven't got any PCs to pub on here, so I want to see it. This is the only way I get to watch.
Oh,
no.
I was thinking Tusk, but instead they go STARLADDER. It's kind of interesting. The difference between these heroes would be that STARLADDER puts a lot more emphasis on physical damage, both because his Crush deals out physical damage as well as the Amplify.
10 seconds
So maybe they
remaining.
plan on running aggressively into the Tiny, since they did leave out the Tiny as sort of a bait.
Yeah.
Perhaps they plan on exploiting that hero because he starts off with 0 armor. And he's also very good at 1v1ing against offlaners, so you're incentivized to go aggressively into that hero and not leave a solo offlane.
Do you think it'll be offlane STARLADDER or?
No, I think it's
Tiny?
a 4-position STARLADDER, but it will be roaming the bottom lane and they'll probably have some sort of, not sure what offlaner you pick against Tiny, but maybe they even aggro tri-lane. Maybe they even pick up like, not Razor because it's banned, but you know, something that can go into the Tiny's lane.
Radiant team ban.
Earth Spirit.
Gofield did very well on his Earth Spirit, so that should be his hero in this.
Yes.
He was good, landing all kinds of good shots, good skill shots, and constant thorn in the side. But I don't know. CompLexity's first two. They're both. I think both these starts are pretty solid. I would like to see Nagasiren banned because I am sick to death of seeing it, and it's just kind of a boring hero, I think.
I would also say that maybe they should ban away Stinger's best hero in the Sand King, that they banned PL. Phantom Lancer has been really favored by Infamous. I think there was a string of games where they were losing to Phantom Lancer a lot, and they just kind of got fed up with it and realized like how strong the hero is, started picking it.
I'm wondering if we've actually seen a PL win yet in this tournament. We've picked a few times. I'm not sure.
5 seconds remaining.
I'm actually not sure if PL's won yet. Unfortunately, we lack a statsman.
One thing's for sure is that CompLexity probably don't want to run a PL themselves with a Tiny on the enemy team.
Seen a few DPs. Gives them some good push. Strong in lane, doesn't really to worry too much about. I don't think DP needs to be babysat too much. You can always sit back and farm with the swarm.
Yeah, you're completely right. It's like Death Prophet is one of those mids that is usually picked up where they, like Spirit Breaker, Earth Spirit, these kind of heroes that usually roam into mid are a lot less effective because they're essentially big tanky heroes that get on top of the Death Prophet and she just Spirit Siphon them. So she has a lot more survivability than most other mids when it comes to this war position.
And she takes the tower nice and early, gets money for everybody, gives them some push to play around. I also think, generally speaking, when her ult is up, it's like breathing room for your team. Nobody wants to fight into you too much when the DP ult is up. As long as you don't waste it. Saw a few times the other day. Another Dazzle pick.
PL has a 50% win rate, by the way.
PL has a
50% win rate.
50%, so he has won in this tournament.
He has.
Yeah.
Yes.
Dazzle or Spirit is a good combination just because their Spirit gets on top of somebody. It's a little bit easier to do heal damage with the Dazzle.
5 seconds remaining.
I wouldn't be surprised.
I didn't watch every game, so that's probably why I don't remember it. But
Infamous in the past have picked up a lot of Quap and Puck, both heroes that provide a lot of burst damage against the Death Prophet. I personally don't like it. I don't think those heroes are very strong right now.
Yeah,
but it is.
Especially, we've seen Puck a few times, and it just seems to be underwhelming. I think I really like Puck. Like, I love playing Puck. Don't get me wrong, but I think he's actually he or she, whatever Puck is, I think, you know, just the damage isn't quite there. You kind of, she's squishy. She's fun, but I don't know if she has as much impact as other heroes. I mean, would you rather have a Puck or an SF? I think that's the question.
Yeah, I really like SF.
I have to correct myself. The Phantom Lancer has been 50% win rate if you include the qualifiers.
Okay.
But this week it's just 4 times picks, 4 losses.
There you go.
So
I knew it. I knew it. God damn it.
My bad. I'm still new to this stats thing, you know.
But you know what? That's probably why they're picking it. Is because if they saw it in the qualifiers or they played it in the qualifiers and had some success, they're like, let's pick PL. That worked last time, or let's ban it. So.
You know what they could do is do a Tinker strategy with this 5 banning that is coming out from CompLexity. They're doing the CompLexity smash, you know, the we just 5-ban and run into your towers. Tinker is probably one of the best cores to simultaneously de-push a little bit and protect towers, protect high ground, while simultaneously being able to shove out the side lanes, which is going to be a big problem, I think, for CompLexity with this lineup so far. They don't have a whole lot of lane shove. I don't think, if you're Infamous, you do not want to team fight into this lineup a whole lot. If you do, you're going to have to play super fast and really abuse Exorcism and Ravage downtime.
Yeah, I think that what they'll, I mean, they've got the Silence from Earth Spirit, which could be big. Dazzle can save someone if they get jumped. But at the moment, yeah, I completely agree. Terribly.
We've seen him banned a lot. I don't think we've seen him picked yet.
No, yeah, I'm pretty sure we haven't seen him picked, and we've definitely seen him banned a few times. I mean, there's a hero that he needs to make sure that if Cole are going to fight, and you want to fight them back, if Metamorphosis isn't up, you cannot fight. Like, you have to dodge.
Yeah.
I mean, that's true of most Terrorblades, but against this lineup, I think especially he has to make sure he does that. He's going to get the STARLADDER jumped, he's going to get silenced, he's going to get ravaged. So he needs to be very, very careful.
There are a lot of teams who are picking Terrorblade into Death Prophet. I think it's a combination of a few things. Direct physical damage from range form to be able to lay into the Death Prophet. Your timings as well. Every Death Prophet exorcism push is met with a Metamorphosis. Or a Metamorphosis, whether you're meeting them and trying to fight the Death Prophet, or you're split pushing and you're taking towers. Like you feel like you can kind of match 1-to-1 in that regard. This may mean we have a Stinger Tiny.
Right. But you know, this complexity lineup is what I was talking about when I said they just need to pick a straightforward team. I mean, this is a straightforward team. Tidehunter's safe in lane, Death Prophet's safe in lane. You've got STARLADDER and Witch Doctor are both good heroes, and now, as long as they don't pick something too weirdo, they've just got a straightforward lineup. And if they think they're better than Infamous, I think they can just outplay them. I mean, that's pretty much what they're doing. Whereas I felt like in the previous game they were like overthinking it a little and trying to get a little cute. Like a solid team up. This is what the good teams do. They're picking stuff like Tide because they know it's a super safe pick, super easy to play. I mean, yeah, there's a cooldown to play around, but it's still a blooming good spell.
There's another hero alongside the Quap and Puck that we were talking about earlier is very favored by Papita Mirana. Mirana mid a couple times. We actually saw it earlier in this tournament with the Axe build. Okay.
Yeah, no, I like Mirana a lot. I think she actually does a surprising amount of right-click damage, especially with her leap, the attack speed from that. It got, you know, tiny changes to that. I think it got nerfed a bit, but it's still blooming good. She is a really good hero. Lots of fun to play, and I think she gives you a lot of options. Hard to kill. Her ult can't be underestimated in terms of like sneak attacks and escaping from bad situations and stuff. I think she's great. Dark's here. Yes, the peanut. Get him in there. Not popular, but I like him.
I actually think Complexity should do the EG Tinker sort of build, where they do this aggro, because Tinker's so good versus Terrorblade. It deals with the side lanes really well, which is something Complexity is kind of missing right now. That would be like sort of this weird twist on what they've picked up so far. The other one would be just they continue for their 5-man. They pick up a team fighting hero. Gyrocopter ban, like that's the kind of hero that would kind of fit into their lineup, right? Just low cooldown, comes online early, fights.
So I thought the trouble with Darkseer and the reason why he wasn't picked up that much is that he comes online a little bit too slow.
Yes.
Why is that not a problem this game?
Oh, it's going to be a problem.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
Because Terrorblade needs stuff as well. Darkseer, I mean, I love Darkseer, but he is... You can make a lot of money very quickly with him, but until you get that money, like his skills, you kind of need to get a lot of levels, and you benefit a lot from getting items, because you have to throw your tiny peanut body right into the fray to get your vacuum and your wall off and everything like that. I do think AoE Surge is a super hype spell, and I hope I get to see it, because that is the most fun spell to see cast.
Oh god, I think that spell's so bad.
It's amazing, dude! It's like a free centaur roll.
I think the idea behind the Darkseer was to give them like a bit more. It's a combination of like giving them team fight when they finally do go for it. They go for a vacuum, reflection, nice kind of combination. But it also puts pressure on the lanes and will shove out lanes for them. Because we know Complexity is like they have Tide and Death Prophet. Those heroes both run at a tower and just shove.
Yeah. Most important thing in this match for you, then?
For which team?
Either. Your pick.
I think Cole have a really good lineup. Don't let the TB get too fat.
Yeah.
Win the game in decent time, but don't freak out and panic and mess up like you did in the first series. Seriously.
I think that's a really good one right there. We're gonna find out what's gonna happen in this first game of the series. It is over to Lyrical and Luminous.
Thanks, Shiver in the panel. Lumi, my man, it's the Battle of the Americas going on right now. North versus South, Cole versus Infamous. It's a tale as old as time, really. How you feeling?
Last time this battle happened, North won, right?
I think so. I don't remember. When was the last time these two teams met? I think that they played each other a fair amount.
In the, like, 18-something when Civil War happened. That's my American history.
That was not Peru versus the USA. I don't believe those two countries have gone to war.
North versus South. Close enough, you know?
You were actually talking about the two teams. You were just memeing it up over there. But yeah, really excited to watch this matchup. And, you know, I think that these teams have very, like, distinctive play styles. And I want to see how it all plays out. The Dark...
"30 seconds to battle." battle begins.
What the First blood. Have my flesh. First blood!
Dire's courier has been slain. Dire's middle tower is under attack. Meet us.
What have we here?
What is this?
Dark light!
Invisibility.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
My goal! My shadow falls. It's my fall.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Just what the doctor ordered.
Dazzle!
Look at it go! He's about to pop.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack. is under attack.
Oh, look at it go!
Soldier's fortune.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Haste. My blood cast upon the tides.
Radiant's top tower is under attack. Radiant structures are fortified. Dire's bottom tower is under attack. Dire's structures are fortified.
Get away! No!
Corner of the realm.
Также CompLexity подходит сюда, чистый на Mask of Madness 被挡掉，但是无所谓，吃了双倍之后继续追，还好这边的话一条晕眩是没有给通。Пофармить стаки древних, которые сделал сегодня вот Гайл. Есть Mask of Madness и...
I'll take that.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Dire's top tower is under attack. Dire's top tower is under attack. Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
What surge is this?
Haste.
Tower is under attack. Dire's middle tower has fallen. Such a big sun on both sides. Dire's bottom tower is under attack. Dire's top tower is under attack. Radiant's middle tower is under attack. Dire's structures are fortified. Dire's top tower is under attack.
A soldier's fortune. Sacrificed.
Dire's bottom tower has fallen. Radiant's top tower is under attack. Dire's bottom tower is under attack. Dire's structures are fortified. Radiant structures are fortified. Dire's bottom tower has fallen. Radiant's middle tower is under attack. Radiant's top tower has fallen. Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Sentient stone. Illusion. What have we here?
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Dire's top tower is under attack. Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Dire's top tower is under attack. Dire's top tower has fallen. Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Radiant structures are fortified. Radiant's bottom tower has fallen. Hail Radiant!
We see you.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
What have we here?
I'll take that.
Horn of the realm.
Catch.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
My shadow fall.
Dire's middle tower is under attack. Dire's structures are fortified. Dire's middle tower has fallen. Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Radiant structures are fortified. Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Dire's middle tower is under attack. Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Radiant's bottom tower has fallen. Dire's top tower is under attack. Dire's top tower has fallen. Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Soldier's fortune.
Invisibility.
Radiant's top tower is under attack. Dire's middle tower is under attack. Radiant's top tower is under attack. Radiant's top tower has fallen. Dire's middle barracks are under attack. Dire's middle barracks have fallen.
Double damage.
CompLexity, it's not just good play, but it's also a combination of that and a little bit of luck working their way. We're going to have to watch what that GPM was afterwards, because I'm sure you're right. There's something going on here for this guy. Falls, Aegis on the spin, almost level 20 at 25 minutes.
Top wave is being very shoved in right now. CompLexity is taking a little bit of tower damage, but don't think they care about it too much.
Now Kyle jumps forward, pines Papita, they got the DD, they decide instead for Chessie to go on the other side. They get the kill onto the Dazzle. They're going to be able to kite away Papita. Really good decision making there by the Sven. They know that they're going to be able to get both of them. Now the turn, now the chase, the silence, the follow-up, and the swipe from Chessie gets the kill.
Chessie's losing GPM per minute. No, Chessie, keep it up. Keep hitting creeps.
he has had a hell of a game for himself. And like you said, it was those stealing of the ancient stacks and then taking his own, just everything. As they're going to go for the top lane of Rex. No heroes are in there right now from Infamous. Death just respawn.
Might be a base trade of some sort here, as bottom is being pushed into here as well. But
I mean, it's
not gonna. I mean, those tiny skeletons doing a little bit of work.
They do some work, definitely. Siegfried trying to get up together with the rest of his team is going to force away Schofield. Manages to find the stun, but it's down bottom where CompLexity are going to push now for another lane Rex. Nobody from Infamous is responding. Terrorblade back, but they find the crush. They got him caught now, and they get some more trouble. They're going to find a silence off the heroes that are coming to help and assist Kataro. With Kataro trying to get a Sunder off here, maybe a possibility for it. They might get. They have so much damage, though. They turn back around the front. It comes out and connects to get it off as well. Kataro looking for it. They find the Ravage. He's not hitting the Sunder. Right. Finishes them off with GG's call. This was a stomp and a half.
Yeah, we haven't even seen a Sunder being cast the entire game because CompLexity was so good, especially in that last team fight with subtle dance. Both players are running back and forth. One trying to get off the Sunder, the other trying to prevent it. And yeah, that was a very clean one for CompLexity. I think the only scuffle that they had made was when they tried to defend.
Radiant team back.
It's a super strong hero. Just pick SF.
So you have Disruptor, but I still think you should probably ban Clock. It's hard for Naga Siren to deal with that hero sometimes, and obviously there's the SF Clock cheese, which is really annoying.
I got a question for you, Cap, and I'm not sure if you're going to know the answer. Let's say Rubik steals Naga Siren's song.
Okay.
Time passes, they're both singing, and they both walk in range of each other's song.
Oh my god.
What happens? Is this like crossing the streams in Ghostbusters? Is there like a tear in the fabric of space-time, or does like a great singer like Whitney Houston appear and sing to everybody? What happens?
I think they're both, because it's not a channeling spell, so they'll keep singing anyway.
Will they?
Yes.
So they just stand there, everybody freezes.
I know you wanted some big climax like, oh my god, this amazing thing happened in Dota, but they'll just both fall asleep. But they'll both keep singing.
Yeah. Well, okay then. That's not as impressive as I thought it would be.
No. Sorry, Ted.
But I'd still like to see it. Sleepy time. You know what? Everybody's mashing some keys when that sleepy time ends.
And maybe the Earth Spirit as well. I don't think you should give Z-Freak. One of the big things about the Naga Siren Disruptor combination is that it's very susceptible to strong initiation.
Blow up one or the other of them and...
Yeah, exactly. Like if you could get a stun on the Naga Siren or a silence on her, blow her up, or maybe another hero before she can get off the song.
I'm wondering when we're going to see a silencer pick against these quite heavy lineups. I know people wonder about him as, oh, he's a bit weak, but he does hit very hard as the game goes on. Silence would be huge. I mean, if you want to talk about, oh, you've got to jump Disruptor or Naga Siren, if you silence them, you've got plenty of time to kill them. What are they going to do? I'm saying silencer, man. Get a silencer in there.
That's a 0% win rate PL.
0%
that is a
win rate.
bold prediction, Ted.
I'm just saying, he's a good hero, man. Give him a chance. I hate him, but he's good.
I really like the bans for CompLexity. Cap, you were saying earlier that you'd like to see Pepita on one of those aggressive mids, and obviously CompLexity already pick up Shadow Fiend for themselves, and they ban out Templar Assassin and Queen of Pain, so a lot less heroes to be very aggressive on. But it looks like CompLexity has the same thought process as you do in this one.
A lot of good AoE coming out from Cole so far. This is not going to be the easiest Phantom Lancer game, that's for sure.
Nope.
Picking it into SF can be difficult at times.
I think picking it third is kind of... I guess they don't want it to get banned out, or they don't want Cole to maybe pick it, but still, that does give 2 remaining picks on top of what they've already got to continue to counter him. And like you said, he hasn't won yet, so will Infamous break the PL duck and get him over that winning line?
They need something more. Obviously they need 2 more heroes, but they need more.
Sand King and like Vipers.
Infamous?
Dire team.
Beastmaster.
All right.
Oh.
It is one of those heroes that gets levels, doesn't necessarily need gold. Once he's level 6, he can start helping his team, even if he gets trashed on lane.
Yeah, I mean, you kind of want to... If you get him with Neckbook, I think that's super good.
I feel like he needs more farm.
He does.
But better than Darkseer.
Yeah, he is marginally better.
I will give it to that. I will give you that, Shiver. I think he is better than Darkseer.
Yes. There you go.
The Eagle is good.
He
the
still
Boar
needs,
is annoying.
Like
his ult
here's the 2 different ways that Beastmaster comes online.
Yeah.
He comes online with Necrobook 1 and Blink, or Necrobook 3.
Yeah. That's expensive stuff.
Hefty amount of farm, and you have no 4 position to make things happen for you.
You know who else
because
likes
you have a
farm?
Naga Siren,
You know
which
who
is
else
fine
likes
team
farm?
fight. Who?
PL likes farm.
Yes.
So far you've got 2 of the heroes that probably would like quite a bit of farm.
That true.
I think CompLexity can pick a hero here, Cap, that comes online nice and early and likes to beat people up from about minute 12 onwards.
For CompLexity? Like what?
Well, let's see. I'm trying to guess what Kyle's saying so I could say it before.
You know what would be a really good
Legion
skill?
Commander.
Lip reading.
Lip reading.
Yeah,
how awesome would it be? I should try and get some lip
get
reading.
some skills.
And then you also have to learn Chinese, Spanish.
That's true.
For some of the non-English.
Okay, so only for teams that I know speak English amongst themselves, and I guess lip reading is different in English. And okay, it's gonna be very tricky.
I think he said Medusa. I think Moo said the word Medusa. Could be wrong. He might have said, "I need a poo, sir."
Those are very close.
10 seconds
Yeah.
remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
You do
You know what?
need to have
I've got to
some
get this
middle
off my chest, Cap, because I
Get it
haven't. I
off your
forgot to
chest,
speak
Ed.
to someone about it. And looking at CompLexity reminded me of it for some reason.
All right.
There was a girl on my flight out wearing one of those beer hats, where you have like a hat and you put a beer in either side. And it's got a tube. She was just wearing that.
No
With
beer?
beer?
No
in
beer
it?
in it. She was just wearing it.
Was there something
and
else
you know
in
all the
it?
plastic tubing? No.
Nothing in
But
it.
you know all the plastic tubing that comes. She was just. It was just hanging around her, like hanging on, draping on her shoulders and running down her back.
Oh, is she drunk?
Dire
Where was this at?
Big.
On the airplane.
On the airplane?
Yes, everyone is staring at her. She was in the queue to get her ticket. I know this has nothing to do with Dota, guys. Just bear with me. I need to know, why would you ever do that?
Because you think you get dehydrated on the plane to get some water
No,
in
she
there?
just wore it the whole time.
Maybe she already
My-
drank all the water.
The only way I could
Just
see it,
drink the water. Look, I'm doing it now with this bottle. I have a bottle.
she had an all-nighter. She got drunk.
She wasn't old enough to have an all-nighter. There's no way.
Really?
She was a fresh-faced young
Well,
teenager.
then she sees other people wearing it. She thinks it's
No,
cool.
she doesn't see anyone wearing it, Cap. It was like a hard hat.
I'm just
Maybe she lost a bet.
Doesn't make
trying to
sense.
help you out here.
I can't get it out of my head. Just like this Underlord thing.
Why didn't you take a
Gyro.
picture?
Oh, damn it.
Gyrocopter is indeed banned. Looking for Chessie Hero.
They could just pick Sven again. I mean,
Yeah.
Yeah.
You
right
get
there.
you get some great cleave there with I
trying
guess
to-
the Phantom Lancer.
They're trying to bait it out somehow. Because the Disruptor could like glimpse him away when he comes in and starts doing the bap bap bap.
I mean, you do have a lot of lockdown for the Sven. You can glimpse him. You can put him in the field. You
Can sing.
You can ensnare him, you can roar him, you can
Beastmaster
sing him,
roar, yeah.
you can slow him down with the Phantom Lancer.
Just take
lances.
Sven again, lads.
Ooh, it's a Monkey King.
The Monkey King. A terrific hero.
First one of the tournament, I think.
Yep. I think you're right. You remember when he first came out, Cap? Do you remember how fun it was playing against Monkey King?
God, I hated it. I still hate that fucking hero.
5 seconds
Some sort of
remaining.
mid-type burst.
Do they have an Invoker player?
I think it's too slow.
It is too slow, dude,
Phantom
but I'm just
Lancer
trying to
and
stick with their
Beastmaster.
theme. What's good against Monkey King?
One magic damage burst. The Marana Ags. I don't know.
Where do you think they'll put the
Feels
PL?
weird.
Is it a mid PL or is it a safe lane PL?
I think it's
PL.
safe lane PL.
All right,
Offlane Beastmaster.
it's
Next
time
turn,
for the
disrupt
Lina to
support.
come back, you guys. Dead silence. Okay,
Lumi's
Lumi
trying to
is
do.
signaling. He's
E.I.
Ty
Tinker, yeah,
Tinker.
alright.
All right.
Could be, I
Lumi
guess.
thinks it's gonna be a Tinker.
Put the march down, force Monkey King out of his ult. You can just blind the Shadow Fiend and he can't right click. It's probably Tinker.
It's gonna be Marana. They go back for that one.
Ags Marana.
I think Cole won this one. I
All
like
right.
their lineup a lot.
Why do you think Cole wins this, and what do they need to do to win, Ted?
They just need to win mid with the Shadow Fiend, and I think they probably can.
Yeah.
Underlord, just do Underlord things. It's not difficult. You can farm up real easy with Underlord. You push the wave out, nice. Elder Titan is a great hero. Z-Freaks Rubik is great. And Monkey King is a ball bag and does a lot of damage, and I think he'll be fine in lane, so go win your lanes, boys.
All right.
It's
See
tough
you in
because
10 minutes.
the Elder Titan Underlord is going to pressure, and the supports are going to want to be able to do things.
Same
but
shit as last time.
It's pretty passive supports. They can't help out the Beastmaster against Monkey King.
Yeah.
And you don't want to let Monkey King have a good lane. He's an easy hero to shut down, but they don't have the right kind of heroes to do so.
But I'm still gonna ask, what does Infamous need to do to win this game and force the third game?
Stinger's got to outplay the hell out of that Monkey King to start.
Okay.
And I think they off. He's Stag's blow.
Series of Luminous Circle.
Thank you very much, Sheever. Panel feels like it's going to be a 2-0 Lumi. We're already into the game. It's happening right now. What do you think? Do you feel that the panel is picking up what they're putting down? Is Cole going to do this?
Yes.
Okay.
They are picking it up and they're putting it down.
I'm with you.
Can you explain that phrase to me?
Are you picking up what I'm putting down?
Okay.
So I'm putting something down. I'm laying out some thoughts, some feelings, some emotions.
Is that like from
sweet vernacular?
Is that from the sports world? Is that from the
I don't know.
The gangster rap world? Like where did that originate?
English, actually. I don't know. I'm not really sure.
Still really haven't figured that one out. So.
We'll see. Anyways, it's just a phrase that I picked up somewhere. I don't remember. But movement around the map, Infamous. I think that they got some cool stuff going on here. I feel like Beastmaster has been a bit of a revelation. You get an early level 6, you start ganking, making stuff happen. If you roar somebody into arrow, that person is not coming. They're going to respawn before they move again.
Yep. I also wonder what kind of build he's going to go for early game. Is he going to go for the WoW Axis? Seems like most players have been doing that. The big contest for the runes. Okay, the tank on the arrow. I like that.
Very nice indeed. Stinger coming in, beating away at them. They're going to be able to find a pullback. They've got a damage here as well from Chetsi, and another round of axes, but old Stinger is dead.
I'm just getting started.
Very good play by Kyle, tanking that arrow. Muse will get the pull off successfully. Honestly, I don't think he really need to get the pull, given the fact that it was a 1v1, but Disruptor was coming in as well.
And this will maintain vision for Moose, so he can just walk right up there, pick up the bounty runner for himself. Easy start to this game, and well, Kyle taking some hits here from Schofield. He's losing a lot of damage, and he forced back behind his tower again.
I hope that Courier just
sending it back. This has been a nice little play here, though. Again, the constant pulls back behind the tower, as it looked like Schofield was going for it as well, and they're blocking out those camps while that's happening. Top lane, maybe some action of brewing as they've been able to find that Beastmaster yet again, and the Jingu stacks are up for Kessie. He finds another kill. Oh god, Limp. Pavita walking forward, wants to find his kill. He jumps forward for more. The raise. Oh, Limp.
It's done. Mid lane's done. Officially, it's over.
The Fairy Fire pickups. Limp has been having a great series.
Yeah.
Death Prophet play in the previous one. This time, already making it happen.
I mean, you could make the argument that he had a advantage matchup last game, but this time he doesn't. And I mean, I like the idea that Mirana made a go onto Shadow Fiend at level 2, given the raises are still relatively weak at that point. But when you're under the tower like that, getting pummeled, wasn't a good look.
Now, the nice part, at least, is that Shadow Fiend has to go back home, but that means he's going to come back with that much more firepower behind him. And the other problem is that, again, it's looking like it's 2 lanes 1 right now for CompLexity, but the bottom lane not even being won by the PL. It's kind of breaking even.
Yeah, Shadow Fiend did receive a nerf in the recent patch, which is that you have lower soul counts at first points of Necromastery, and because you take raids at 2 and 3, that means you're going to just have lower damage until you get level 4, which is actually a pretty big nerf considering that Shadow Fiend's such a lane dominant hero normally otherwise.
Right. Well, and Limp didn't end up getting the last hit onto Peta as well. It was the tower, so he didn't come back with the full souls that you would normally have. And, well, right now, 3-0 start is not really needing any help in this lane. What does that do to the other lanes now? How is this going to look for the other sides for Infamous?
I think, hold that thought here as move.
Now, they got the kinetic field down. They're still going forward for more. Z-Freak, they're baiting it out. They pull back in the PL Kataro, trying to find the damage, but it's not going to be there. They doppelganger away. Another rough go there for Infamous.
I think both teams were intending to give the true 1v1 mid anyways, so I don't think either team was expecting to send too much help. So even though the Mirana died, I don't think it means too much affecting the other lanes. It might make the mid lane somewhat harder to gank into for the Shadow Fiend.
Schofield accidentally draws the aggro of that range creep. They do find a stomp onto Old Stinger yet again. That extra range from the Monkey King. Got him caught, got him killed. The tree plant is not going to be enough, and Chetsi finds another one. onto Infamous.
I like that idea. But did not work out.
4 kills, 4 minutes. And Infamous looking for answers. Really able to find much though.
I do think one of the primary reasons why South American Dota is suffering is that not every hero has taunt in this game just yet. Right, for example, if the matchup's flipped where Papita has the Shadow Fiend, like Limp would get stomped by that Shadow Fiend taunt.
That's fair enough, fair thought. Obviously well known for it, but over here by the shrine, Kyle has gone in deep now. Is he going to end up being punished for this one? They bring in Excel as well. There's going to be the net. They've got a kinetic kill if they need to. Kyle's gone. Infamous get on the board there at 4.5 minutes.
They get the shrine up if they want. Looks like Beastmaster is going to just walk it home though.
No fuss, no muss. Bottom lane as well. They're going to have to hold on to that bot. Almost gets the triple, but Pepita gets the leap away, and now maybe an arrow to follow it up, but not going to be on the mark for Z-Freak. So a salve, Pepita's fine. They dodge the game.
And that is the power of Shadow Fiend. I know he missed the raise, but you can see, had he landed, that was a guaranteed kill. You just need one support. That's really why he's such a strong mid laner and had to be nerfed.
Yeah, definitely. Level 5 though, those nerfs are no longer relevant. Kyle going to be caught. Arrow is there, does get punished and killed off.
Yep, they have enough for it. It's a very unique playstyle that Kyle has brought. We saw a lot of it in Game 1, where in Slaughter form he was pretty much everywhere deep in the enemy jungle. And he's paying a lot this time around, but I feel like he's still providing a ton of information. And comparatively, he's still like pretty decently leveled compared to the, like, let's say, Excel on that Disruptor.
Yeah, having a really good time of it. And those deaths, to a large extent, feel like they have purpose. A little bit less purpose. If the Shadow King goes down right now, he's completely surrounded. He's dead. That is a big deal. Trying to go for the courier snipe while it's happening. Not going to happen. Now a follow-up. Stomp going to connect onto 2. Do they have enough damage? The answer is no. Oh, he almost thought about going for the ensnare there.
I don't think it'll actually stop the courier. The animation will be on him, and he'll just like keep flying away.
Jesse chasing yet again, and on a killing spree. Monkey King 44 and 26.
And Jesse's on fire today. First on that spin game.
Yeah, the Swede showed up, man.
Yep.
Infamous, they go into Z-Freak yet again. Doppelganger turning, trying to take him down, and well, the stun does land. Schofield maybe going to be punished for that one. They take down the Rubik. And Moo now just trying to walk away again. Looks like he will be able to stay alive.
So I am worried that with the Beastmaster doing very poorly, with Mirana kind of in the middle of the pack, that Infamous will lack a lot of their early game firepower that this draft normally provides. And as a result, I feel like CompLexity will have more than enough time to get the Shadow Fiend farmed up and Monkey King farmed up. They really needed to have a better laning stage than they got.
And Stinger, again, you talk about it, it's just been a really rough go for him. They're going to Moonlight Shadow, and on the other side of it, Moon's able to get the kill onto Schofield. Kataro dropping somewhat low as well, so they trade off kills there. Stinger to the Mirana ulti. The farm here in the jungle as Pepita takes down Z-Freak.
A gift from the temple.
6 to 7, 8 minutes in.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
An easy shot.
So Lumi, we're starting to feel like the lanes are breaking down a little bit. What do we need to watch for? Is actually, Chessie going to be pulled back in. The glimpse is there. Try and bring him down. Have a stomp to turn this. He's going to have a boundless strike if he wants to use it. Gets some regen from that one, but a good doppelganger from Kataro keeps him alive. The DD now chasing on to Kyle. Infamous looking for a catch, and it looks like they're going to be able to find that kill. Dominating from Pepita. Infamous are striking back in a big way.
Yeah, I feel like CompLexity are maybe being a little bit too aggressive with their movements. Because they've done so well in the laning phase, I felt like they could just sat back and kind of passively win the laning phase, but they're little kill hungry as a result. Good rotation here from PL.
Radiant's bottom tower is
Getting a lot of things done.
And they need him to, definitely, because that's the one lane that went pretty well for them there.
Yep.
I guess, as far as Beastmaster is concerned, if he still gets his level 6 at a decent time, is it still the end of the world? How bad is that? Hopefully we can get found here and most likely kill off.
The difference would be like, yeah, he'll be able to smoke with his friends and, you know, set up a kill on whoever. But the difference is that he won't be a big force in the mid game when it comes to damage output, right? It kind of feels like you're getting a clockwork and not a, I don't know, a core.
Right.
And the kill potential is going to be there, but the scaling will get significantly slowed down. You do want your Beastmaster to scale. It's actually a pretty decently scaling hero.
Radiant's bottom tower has fallen.
You mentioned it, Mirana a little bit behind that Shadow Fiend still. The net worth mostly inhabited right now by CompLexity.
Yep.
And the 10-minute mark coming up, might start to see some of those tomes and level 6s come online.
So I imagine that the Shadow Fiend is going for Hurricane Pike in this game. But I like to see him maybe think about Shadow Blade as well. But looks like we're going to see drums first.
Papita finds Kyle again, starting to run him down. This Haster and doing work, gonna go for the stomp, cancels it. And now gonna try and walk away, but it's just gonna be pummeled to death by Papita on a mega kill streak here.
And this is a hallmark of a well-played Mirana game, is where you are able to affect the map in a big way and still maintain your farm. I mean, he's not that farm compared to the Shadow Fiend, but you gotta keep in mind that you're comparing your Mirana to your Shadow Fiend. Shadow Fiend is gonna just have more farm.
That's the way that is. Takes some damage there. They're able to force it back again. And while this is happening mid lane, they're setting up for possibly a defense, maybe a fight. Cell drops down a ward. They're going to be able to think about the net. Gets caught. Kinetic field down now as well. Z-Freak's in the area. They have the spell seal if they want to use it. In fact, bringing down Kataro to about a quarter HP. One more raise and it could be the death if he's not careful. Chessie has shown up as well. They're going to drop the Wukong's command. Now a stolen glimpse. They're going to get very testy here in the mid lane where CompLexity is set up and trying to take down this tower.
That just seems to be CompLexity style of play. Every time they feel like they're strong enough, they just group up as 5 and take this mid-tier 1 tower.
No, Static step down. They are going to try and turn this. Chessie very low is going to end up falling. Back in, away. They are able to take down the kill onto the Beastmaster. Maybe Kataro end up dropping one as well. The stomp is there. Connects onto one. They had the glimpse that was stolen and they pull back in Kataro. A double kill for Lim. Rest of Infamous sent packing.
Looks like they still want to fight this here. Mirana lays a straight arrow, will miss, but leaps down to the low ground regardless. Z-Freak.
Yeah, he's in some trouble now.
No, it's not actually.
Has doppelganger stolen, so he just walks away. He knew his limits of his hero. That's a great spell for him to steal.
Yeah, as that fight broke out, what I was trying to say is that CompLexity is a team that really likes to just 5-man the tier 1. Tier 1 mid in particular, they have done it both games. In fact, they've done it pretty much every game I've seen them play in this event. And the mid tier 1, well, we don't really need to tell you how or why that's super important, but
Stinger?
He's gonna get brought down by a Firestorm.
I mean, that looks really bad because we have the full vision of everything, but just walking into a couple of heroes. And now Kataro also going to be found. They got a Firestorm, going to try and force back the illusions and push down another tower. Meanwhile, in the Radiant jungle, it looks like there's another battle breaking out. They found Kyle. They connect. That's not a Kyle here, too. Requiem, they're thinking about it. He's back in. And he is going to be glimpsed. There's a Static Storm drop down. And pops the Requiem. That's going to force back Schofield. Might be able to find the kill, and they aren't going to be able to get it. The Dark Earth down to the bottom lane. They make it work.
Should have just manned up and taken that Requiem in the first place. He was threatening to Requiem, they let him go. And that was more than enough time for the rest of the team to come back in time.
Another steal of Doppelganger for Z-Freak.
And Z-Freak is so good at telling which one the real PL is.
Well, it had the Jingu stack on it, didn't it?
I think once you double Ganger, did you remove the Jingle stack or was it still on him?
Pretty sure it's still on him,
okay.
yeah.
Well, he was very good seeing that number 1 on top of his head.
For sure. Stinger level 7. Going for Helm of the Dog now?
Yep.
Meanwhile, the chase is going for Kyle, and as you said, just Kyle things. He's being chased through, does have the stomp, but doesn't even need to use it. Just walks into Roche and then walks away. Schofield spots him. Stomp is not going to be used as the root is there, and they get the kill.
I mean, there is a point where you cross the line from creating space and giving information to just straight up feeding, and I think we're pretty near that point for Kyle.
Okay.
For example, he kind of died around the Roshan pit, not really doing too much. He's keeping attention of the team, and that's going to allow them to push bottom tier 2.
Yeah. And I think earlier he was able to get that ward down that's over by the tier 2 tower, but
like, for example, he's having a similar amount of deaths in this game compared to game 1, but he's not doing as much compared to the game 1 deaths. Game 1 deaths, like, either drew like 4 heroes or he lays on deep wards.
Yeah.
Here he's just dying.
Infamous. Moving down, they want to take this fight, possibly. Schofield does have level 6 and can initiate with the Song. It's a good catch onto 2 of them. Excel's there as well for the Static Storm. They're going to decide to drop it, I believe, and connects onto 2. The arrow comes out as well. They're able to dodge the arrow and still get through this. The Kinetic Field is now down. It looks like this fight's gone terribly for Infamous. They're trying to run away. Are they going to be able to actually get out of here, though? CompLexity thinking about just taking this fight. Kyle moves in as well, and they're able to force Infamous back. Chessie chasing, gets the slowdown onto Excel. He's going to use the glimpse, but just pulls him back to the tower quicker. They don't have the damage.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, if you look at the Infamous lineup, the best damaging spell is a Starstorm, maybe with Wild Axis on top of that. That was a very good idea seeing team fight setup. We've seen many other teams in this tournament using that exact type of initiation or courier.
Oh, that has a demon edge on it.
That's a big one. That's a battle fairy which I believe on the Monster King otherwise.
Yeah, really unfortunate there. So Chessie will not have that for the next fight, but they will have an Aegis.
Yep. No Song to break up this Roshan fight. Firestorm for damage output.
Easy peasy to take that one down. Shadow Fiend wants to get his BKB also. So if you're CompLexity, there's a couple of big items that you're missing. Do you just, well, what's the play here for them, do you think?
You keep up the pressure, because in that fight we saw Infamous not having enough damage. Eventually they'll get damage, right? Mirana with his item progression, same thing with the PL. And I do believe Shadow King going for this quick BKB is looking to end the game around 25-30 minute mark. Probably even before then. Because, for example, once you pop the BKB, let's say in the next 5 minutes, what damage is there from Infamous? They could lock him down with the Roar, but that's pretty much it. They cannot actually kill the Shadow Fiend once he pops the BKB.
Physical damage is definitely lacking right now, and that's what you were talking about earlier as well, that Beastmaster,
yeah, the
not getting the farm
scaling.
he needs. Might be able to find Moo. Arrow already used though.
He just runs into 2 heroes, says, I got a Vanguard, I don't care.
He is not afraid of anything. Vanguard pipe, wand with pulse charges. Walking forward here on the Fusion Blade reveal, and Limp is going to get ran, and he does still have the Aegis, and well, now the continued chase. Nobody from his team is showing up for this one. Limp, he's pulling him back to the tower, so they burn to the Aegis. And nobody seems that concerned. Okay.
Are they going to try to
I mean, he's going to keep going for this one. The Rubik is not showing up correctly. The Soul's doppelganger away upon. Katara's still thinking about chasing, but they get the lift, they get the catch. They're going to probably find that kill on Excel. And then drop the ulti. Might be able to find the kill on Shadow Fiend. He's walking out of there. Isn't it enough? They are going to be able to get him. It's a silver lining, but it's definitely something. And Schofield now, he finds the root on it. Isolating him there. There's the arrow who comes command saloon. Do they have enough to burst through him? They're roared, but all the little monkeys are still killing him off. Chessie lives, and they're going to Dark Rift away.
And again, damage was an issue in that engagement. I do wonder whether that was the correct play for the PL to go that hard, because it ended up working because the TPs came so late. But we were surprised that the TP came so late as well, right? Normally, Shadow Fiend won't even die for the first time.
I mean, definitely, and that's the thing that's sort of crazy about this is that they fully committed to that top tier 2 tower, and it was just like, I mean, at the end of the day, it works, right? You burn through the Aegis, you kill the Shadow Fiend, and you also defend, you know, in quotation marks, your high ground, which could have been assaulted in the next couple of minutes.
Still, though, I think even with that Shadow Fiend death through the Aegis, I think CompLexity is vastly ahead at this point.
Yeah, 6,000 gold at 19 minutes. It's quite a bit.
It is very refreshing to see him going for this Diffusal Blade build and kind of using the strong points of it, right? We've been so accustomed to seeing, well, somebody's starting bottom. It's Kyle again.
Chase is there. Chessie looking for the catch, and it has been able to find Kitaro. Jingu lingering throughout. They are able to spot him. Does have the Diffusal Blade charge up again, but they're going to back out.
Yeah, it's so nice to see a PL actually that does things instead of just jungling with the Battle Fury. I do feel like if he's gone for the Battle Fury build, CompLexity will be knocking on their doorsteps. They are respecting the fact that PL can participate in fights on will.
That should help.
Drums is the pickup now for the Beastmaster. Top lane. It is Moo walking into their jungle with the SF nearby as well. Gonna be glimpsed back in. They pop the BKB a second later, rooted for the moment.
Oh, that's a very great bait, getting the 10-second BKB out.
Well, they're just able to walk away now. Honestly, even if they find him, is that a kill?
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Like, if they find that Shadow Fiend there, can they kill him with, like, Mirana and...
Well, the thing is, Limp doesn't know how many people is there, right? So he just popped the BKB early. He was, I guess, worried that there might be an arrow waiting for him right at the end of the glimpse. So, I mean, for us, it looked very silly that he popped the BKB, but from his perspective...
Ooh, this could be big here. Chessie, Lord, they find it now. Shadow Fiend looking for the chase. Schofield here as well if they want to go for it. They can't solve the disengage. A lot of heroes rotating in. They're going to stomp on the move. Everybody from CompLexity keeps making these rotations. Infamous pulling them around the map.
Yeah, Moo popping that Crimson Guard pretty much meant the end of that engagement, because your PL Illusion actually do very low damage once Crimson comes out. I do feel like Infamous is doing quite well in the last couple minutes in terms of the pacing of the game, right? They are taking fights on relatively the opposite of the end of the map, and they're keeping CompLexity farming to their side. So I do believe Infamous is now buying quite a bit of time for them to scale, and they need to scale because they're not going to be able to beat CompLexity right now.
Yeah, and you look at it, Mirana's been able to basically farm away their side of the jungle and is just about on parity with the PL. He's only a couple thousand behind the Shadow Fiend. Oh, over here in the jungle though, they did find Chessie. Pita picking up a big kill. They're trying to chase here. Z-Freak coming in. Schofield's still in the area. Pita leaping away. They have some amount of vision though, and trying to run around, the dust wears off, and over on the other side, the static storm is down. It's on to two of them. Do they have any extra follow-up damage? Kataro's here. They're able to pull them apart. Kyle goes down. Moo trying to do it as well. They do kill off that Mirana, but on the other side at Schofield, it's going to make sure the rest of his team gets out. He might still be in some trouble here.
Z-Freak leaps rather, blinks forward. I think he's looking for a song steal, but not be able to get it. Leaps again, has another one, but... I feel like CompLexity is really playing into Infamous rather than dictating the pacing of the game like they did in Game 1. They're just reacting instead of being proactive.
Well, and I think that they have some of the tools to solve this as time goes on too. Like Underlord Darkrift is a great tool to deal with split push.
Yes, that's definitely true, but I think it's always better to be the one that's doing the split push than responding to it.
Right.
And also on another note, look at the mini-map right now. Look at their wards, right? CompLexity has really decent wards all on the opposite end of the map, but they can't use them at all because it's Infamous always fighting in your jungle. So essentially, CompLexity is playing it completely dark on their side of the map, and they're reacting to things, right? So that's why the response sometimes seems slow to us because they just don't have perfect information.
Right. Well, PL again pushing out bottom lane. What's the play right now if you're CompLexity? Things have gone a little bit rough over the past couple of minutes. It's stayed static as far as the net worth is concerned.
I think it's always very nice to, and very easy just to find a key pick, let's say on PL or Mirana, and just shove mid and get a tier 2. They need to play the same game plan that they play game 1, which is very objective-based Dota. Roshan coming back and maybe getting a kill into Roshan. Same situation there. The team is very adapted doing both.
It's Schofield again going to push out these waves with illusions, get good vision down as well with those Naga Siren.
By the way, he's got the hammer queued up.
Oh man, we've seen that a billion times. Super good stuff. 16 to 16, and that net worth lead continues to dwindle as they're all becoming more and more heroes. Stinger, arrow, not quite going to be able to connect there. There is a ward from CompLexity in this area, and the wraparound is coming over by the shrine up in the top lane as they found Schofield, and good plum stuff. Yeah, good play there to keep him alive.
Was Slaughter banned out during the draft?
I do not remember. He may have been.
Because I do feel like the Slaughter is kind of perfect for Kyle's playstyle.
Okay.
The Spring in particular just lets him get 2 places and get away from ganks much easier than the movement speed increase from the Astro Spirits.
It definitely feels like CompLexity are waiting for that next Roshan.
Yeah.
And it's going to be a little while before it's back up again. Quite as fast as of a respawn time as previous. Schofield. Net him and walk away.
Show him what's up. Should net him and then give him the meteor hammer and then walk away.
Yeah, it's on low cooldown now. We can do it. I guess the other thing that's really nice about that low cooldown is every single wave, if you want to, it's a good way to just farm up on that hero.
I mean, it was already a very good farming item, but now it just became that much better.
The team fight potential from Infamous is definitely something to be feared. Got Static Storm, Song to set it up, Meteor Hammer to lay on top of it. It's a dangerous game.
Not only that, Naga is working towards an Aghanim Scepter.
Right.
So that reset potential on the Song of the Siren becomes even more potent. Like, you can just eat a Requiem and then just be like, kill that.
Well, CompLexity again hanging out by that Roche pit. It has respawned at this point, but you mentioned the need for a pickoff first.
Yeah, it's really dangerous to go for Roshan in the blind like this because Infamous has probably some of the best hero in the game to challenge Roshan with things like Moonlight Shadow, Song of the Siren, as well as the Beastmaster Hawk keeping vision on top of the Roshan pit. So it is very important that CompLexity does not get picked off here. They could fall really behind if Infamous gets the agent on Mirana or PL.
Nice blink away there by the Rubik. The arrow, it's going to go out. Obviously stolen from by Rubik. This went for a bit of a smoke. Just get some vision down in that area because they know that this is going to be the point of contention as the smoke comes out now from CompLexity. They're going to move through their own jungle right now. ET leading the way. Old Stinger there as well. Kyle, we saw those trees go down as up here, Limp. He's going to be found. The Meteor Hammer, it's going to be a 4-step away. Jesse goes in, connects with 2. And the arrow's going to connect as well. They take him down so quickly.
Did you see that Z-Freak? I don't know if he misclicked or not, but he lifted a board and then dropped it on 2 heroes and stunned them both. Probably misclicked, but it looked pretty cool there.
It is a longer duration, the stun, than the lift.
You know what? I would not put it past Z-Freak to do exactly that. Arrow barely missing mid.
When you're Mirana and you have to dodge arrows, you're not having a good time. As over here to the side, Infamous, they Moonlight Shadow now, moving in, they spot Moo. Everybody is in the Roche pit, and they're going to get Z-Freak right at the start of this one. Can they come back and contest and fight around Roche? It's not all the way down yet. Another Firestorm is going to come through, and they're looking for the stomp. They're looking for the finish. If they take it now, it's too hard of a fight for Infamous. Kinetic field laid down, and everybody gonna try and run as Chessie wants to take this fight, looking for the Wukong's command. They're getting that stacks up now. The arrow, it's not gonna connect. They gotta pop Doppelganger away. He gets to the low ground with that one. Big Doppelganger as Chessie is chasing, but they won't get him. Instead, it's Pepita, TP away. He is out.
Pretty good trade here for CompLexity, getting that Aegis.
Dire's bottom tower is under
Although,
attack.
I'm not sure how much that Aegis will do in the upcoming fights, because the way that Infamous has been playing it, they're not really looking to take full-scale team fights, but rather skirmishes in the jungle. So, well...
Now they got Chessie again, pops BKB, Wukong's command out. Kataro going to doppel to the high ground.
Another 10-second BKB being made out.
70-second cooldown. An opportunity to do stuff soon. Lim pulled back in. They have the Kinetic field, but not enough mana for the static storm. Gets the BKB off and turns to fight Requiem. It's going to be time, but Lim is down to such low HP now. They get the turnaround. Look at that damage. Pepita's dead. They lift up the Naga Siren as well, and she can get the song up. They're all grouped up together. They still have static storm, but it's too scary of a fight to take.
They have vision on him. Glimmer Cape is going to keep Schofield fine, and everybody chases the wrong direction.
Yeah. Can you imagine right there, though? All of them grouped up like that. It's still a scary situation.
Freak steals Kinetic Field, I believe, and that should... No, TP away. It's going to be fine.
Real close. Real close.
So remember earlier about, I don't know, 10, 15 minutes ago when I said that once you get...
I think he was trying to net up. He knew that he was going to be chased regardless with Shadow Fiend Rapid. Okay.
Yeah, I said that, you know, once Lim gets this BKB, he's practically immortal because there's not enough damage, but as we saw from the previous engagement, both PL and Mirana started to hit pretty hard.
Chessie finds itself. They missed the balance strike. It does not really matter, though. Another BKB charge used by Chessie. Infamous going to try, and again, cut the creep wave if possible. Arrow, Dark Rift, they take it out.
Radiant structures are fortified.
He's a little bit late on that creep, unfortunately. Well, his tower has fallen, but Kataro is still on the other side of all of this, and Limp trying to burst through. He's getting the mana drain, the roar onto one. Chessie left all alone. He dies. Now Kataro wanting to chase Limp. If they can get within range and slow him down enough, they might be able to burn through the edges. There they see him on the high ground, now trying to drain his mana as well. Doesn't have almost anything left in the tank, and Kataro goes to the Doppelganger away. He does not get hit there by the sleep. Schofield and Mirana did also turn up. They take down another. CompLexity trying to get out of this one. The arrow as the Aegis comes back up. Limp gonna go for the Requiem. He does manage to hit it, but they've also got all the damage in the world to kill off that SF. I think, maybe not.
Still alive right now.
On such little HP. Are they really going to get out with Limp?
Yeah, they are. I mean, but that's an Aegis used for pretty much no game. He's going to get caught on the bottom side. Completely trapped here. He does not have his ultimate to get out of this one. So that's going to be another easy takeoff.
Yeah, he is starting to really hit hard, as you were mentioning.
Yeah. CompLexity making some very kind of key blunders. For example, mid lane where the team, I think, decided to back off. But there was some sort of miscommunication, and Chessie was just left behind. They're just giving free kills to Infamous at this stage of the game.
It's a 6,000 gold lead for CompLexity, but it feels tenuous. It feels like it's closer than that. As this game goes on later and later, how does this look for CompLexity?
It looks worse and worse, I think, because I do feel like, for example, your Firestorm is going to fall off. A lot of the itemization that your Pit Lord has gone for, things like Pipe, Crimson, they're going to be less and less effective as the game goes on. Your Shadow Fiend, Requiem, and magic damage falls off. Monk King, being a melee hero, is starting to get harder and harder. Kind of
an arrow. That was, I think, unintentional.
That was telepathic.
that was something. No, there was actually a hawk up there, so they might have realized it, but it does not matter. He goes down quickly, and Chessie, upset about the situation previously, finds a couple quick kills. Tara's going to go for Shadow Blade away. The old Doppel walk. It's the old school PL.
Yeah, that's right.
But CompLexity, upset about the split push situation, are saying, you know what?
Mid.
This is happening. This is the CompLexity push. Yeah, and maybe going to try and force some buybacks as Naga Siren is there. They need to be careful. If they sleep this and catch a couple heroes, there's so much team fight.
And buyback was way too late.
They pull him back in. BKB popped, and now the turn. Old Stinger. They get the stun onto him nonetheless, so he's held for the moment. There's going to be the big ulti coming through from the Elder Titan. Infamous not able to catch up yet.
Infamous also making a key mistake. If they just bought back before, you know, the towers went down or tier 3 went down, maybe they could have actually.
I was wondering if we were going to be seeing like a Sing into TP in the middle of all of them, but then probably the BKBs just come out and Schofield's dead, so. A bit too scary of a play to make. 20 to 23, CompLexity after taking down that lane of Rax, starting to feel better.
It's still not very much so guaranteed. I feel like a CompLexity is one key mistake away from losing this game. Because that tier 2 is practically dead on the mid lane for CompLexity. So tier 3 could be easily assaulted afterwards.
Getting towards the Scotty as well.
Yeah, whenever I see people building Scotty, I just hear Tomato.
Ooh, wait a minute though. Up here on the high ground, EL is already there. Wanted to look for an opening on the move. They see him. On the hero again, but they break him right at the start, and now starting to burn through that mana. So on the other side, Chessie looking at the opening. Tag's thrown down. They're able to get away from it though. Meteor trying to deal the damage. They roll up the Shadow Fiend to keep in control for the moment, and now the song is down. Do they have anything to follow it? Blip gets everything drained from him. He doesn't get off the Requiem. He is going to pop. That's just the Death Requiem, and now able to get the Doppelganger again. The damage is there. Schofield's gone, but they're losing everybody on CompLexity. Chessie might be too much to deal with though, as well muted for the moment, and trying to bring him down. They're starting to burn through the mana. Chessie gets the cheese off, able to live. Infamous Guitaro starting to fall, and Chessie still ends up going down. 3 lives almost, it felt like. And Excel gets the kill on the ET. Z-Freak's gone. They take them all down. Z-Freak actually turns it around.
Oh my god, Z-Freak's carrying his team right now. He's gonna run away. There's a gem being picked up. Z-Freak's out of mana at this point. He has Arcane Boost. We'll probably just be out. He just Fable and Starstorm and did so much damage. Z-Freak says, guys, you guys are throwing hard, but I will pick up what you're putting down. Is that how you're supposed to use that phrase?
No, but it's okay. It's beautiful.
It's fine.
Oh, wow. Yeah, he did a lot of damage. That Starstorm, 3 Phase Bolts. They're going to lose the barracks mid. It was looking so great there for a second.
Well, with the fact that Moo got caught out, he basically had to use Crimson and Pipe just for himself. So his itemization of backing up his team really did not help out in that engagement. Also, I'm not sure how Shadow Fiend, like, why was he not able to get off his record?
Well, I think that what happened there was that he had the BKB going, and then he Requiemed, but he BKB'd really early on, and then the song ended, which meant that he got hit with it afterwards. Or no, the song continued after the BKB ended.
Right, we are sitting at very short durations of BKB.
But nonetheless, yeah, scary stuff.
But here's the thing though, like, we could see that in that engagement that Infamous just has stronger core at this point.
Yeah.
So, you know, you're not gonna have your position for Rubik carry you every single fight. At least, generally that shouldn't happen.
The prize is mine.
I am very concerned with CompLexity with their outlooks in this game.
Yeah, definitely. Radiance is there for the Underlord though, which can make a difference. This guy is going to be doing a lot of damage just by staying alive.
I mean, can he stay alive?
That's another good question. I mean, if they can burn through those illusions, it definitely feels possible. Roshan going to respawn in a few seconds here, which will be another point of contention. Is there a team that inherently has a better Rosh lineup right now?
CompLexity is better at killing the Roshan, but Infamous is better to like challenge the Rosh when it's being done. I mean, at this point, Infamous is also not too shabby, just, you know, right-clicking the Rockman. Okay. Also, I do believe that the gem was lost in that last engagement, so CompLexity back to pleb ways of buying some.
It's the sad life there. Oh, Limp There again, they're all kind of just, again, you just look at the mini-map and the way that it's situated. Infamous have their heroes spread out. They're able to farm a little bit more around the map. CompLexity kind of feel the need to be stuck together. Just kind of the way that their drafts work. Taro can look for these not pickoffs, walk up onto the high ground, they spot him, they pull it back in. There's a lot of damage, Katara trying to run it, and get the Yule Scepter lift up. The song is going to be out, and now Katara running away as Pepita is doing some swift pushing there in the bottom lane. The Rubik almost has an Aghanim Scepter.
Yes. In terms of the big spells that you can steal this game, obviously getting Starstorm lets you double Starstorm with the axe on you, so that's pretty big.
Static Storm, all that stuff. Infamous pushing tier 3s as the Roche is being taken. Hard for them to come and contest, but with the Aegis being picked up and Dark, they left the Refresher Orb. I don't know if they're going to know about this, but Refresher Orb
Kyle's pointing back. Kyle's pointing back right now, but I think somebody's going to check, right?
They're going Infamous Katara sees the Refresher Orb. Oh no! The Dark Rift.
All right, who's
that on? That's on somebody. I don't know who that's on.
Maybe on Double Song? Double Static Storm?
Anybody can pick it up, right? Just pass it over. That's so huge because all these heroes have great ultimates.
I know.
Refresher Orb.
Yeah, I guess double Naga Song with Meteor Hammers.
Double Static Storm?
Yeah.
He's almost he's 1500 from Ags.
Oh man, what a blunder.
We'll see if that comes back to haunt him, but nonetheless, it's an Aegis for CompLexity. They defend their tier 3 tower.
I mean, I guess CompLexity said, look, we don't have really good refresher shard heroes, so here you go. You know, we don't...
I am positive that's not what happened. Oh, man.
All right, they're going to fight into it on the bottom side. Does Rubik have to finish Ags? Yes, he does. All right, so Spirit Lens steal, you can get a ton of illusions. Starstorm steal. Kyle's dead.
Kyle, there's Doppelganger. A broken Kyle falls. Meanwhile, CompLexity was looking for some type of a play there all together now and run into some illusions. There's going to be Schofield TPing away as well. Everybody's gone.
In terms of the actual ultimates, the Static Storm obviously is quite an excellent steal, although kind of hard. Because Disruptor is going to be pretty much at the opposite end of the team fight as Rubik. And then Moonlight Shadow, again, a quite difficult steal. Same thing with the Song. Yeah. Beastmaster Roar, though, you could steal that one, and it will your axe will increase the cast range.
Yeah,
by quite a bit.
Well, and the other thing to kind of keep our eyes on is going to be the Blink Dagger. I mean, that's the nice part about Rubik. He's been able to get so much farm that he does have that mobility now and ways to stay alive. It's just a question of if he's going to get maybe hit by the second Roar that comes out, since the Beastmaster hanging on to that Refresher Orb right now.
Yeah, Beastmaster, by the way, has also finished a Nullifier, which is, we saw the effectiveness of that in the last engagement, muting the Shadow Fiend.
He's going to have double Hex, too.
Yep.
So he can Hex, Roar, and then Hex, Roar, other two. It's 1v5.
He could actually disable the whole team by himself. It's actually insane.
Stinger, after the woes early on, starting to feel more and more control of this one. He finishes the Hex.
Yeah, this is a very concerning game state here for CompLexity.
Hex, Roar, Nullifier, Refresher Orb. They're going to be kicking themselves. Oh, God, I can't even... In some ways, that's almost more important than the Aegis. Almost.
I mean, the Aegis times out, right? The Refresher Shard doesn't, so...
Yeah.
There's a finished Static Storm Axe upgrade for Excel. The outscale has been feared, and it has happened. That 4K lead is a very deceptive way to look at that game.
Yeah. All right, 43 minutes in, Infamous. I can't say enough about how well they've played this game. The dodges of the ganks, the correct fights to take in. It's been augmented by a couple of slip-ups and flubs from here and there in CompLexity, but you can't take anything away from Infamous' play.
CompLexity running forward.
It's the Naga Siren that's up front. This is a scary hero to gank. Kataro is up there on the high ground as well. They get caught by the song, they spot him. Let's send out these doppel illusions. Chessie there. Thinking about going in for this one.
The problem that they have right now for CompLexity kind of initiating these type of smoke ganks is that their best catch hero is Z-Freak on the Rubik. But because of how important he is to the team fight, he really just wants to stay in the back. However, without the Rubik in the front, what are you looking at? Duels into a hidden malice? Like, none of these are really guaranteed or strong type of initiation.
I mean, I think that back in the day, ET used to be known in China as the base breaker, a great hero at seeding high ground. Okay, please correct me if I'm wrong, but it does sort of, like you say, rely upon being able to find the right initiation. He's looking for it.
Arrow? Oh god.
Mark. Send out a Hawk as well, getting some good vision here. This is not spotted right now by CompLexity. The root is there. They get the sleep now. On to 3. This is really big. If they can lay down the right side. Storm comes in, acts up pretty one as well. They're going to focus down the Shadow Fiend. Nowhere left to go. He's muted. They're able to turn it back around. CompLexity with the beautiful play. Rubik making work of it as well as they turn this back around. Takes down Guitaro. A triple kill for Chessie. That Z-Freak Rubik though.
What was that static storm? He had it on 3 and he cast it on 1. And because he only cast it on 1, the Crimson came out, the Pipe came out, and there was no damage.
It was a song skill from Z-Freak too, wasn't it? It looked like it was.
I didn't see that was the game.
GG.
They had
yes, it was.
They had.
Beautiful play right there from Z-Freak. To heal back up with Limp to make sure that he didn't end it down. 45 minutes in, and CompLexity in 1 instant erase it.
That was a close one.
Look at him, getting a little